It all began with a dream every struggling couple has. Maria and Andre worked hard, believing that one lucky break could change their fate. But dreams can turn dark when greed sneaks in disguised as opportunity. Andre wanted more money, more comfort, more recognition. He convinced himself that stealing from his rich boss was harmless, that it was just a way to take what life had denied him. Maria, driven by love, stayed silent, torn between right and wrong. Yet the moment the theft was discovered, everything shattered. The warmth of their tiny home turned cold with fear and shame. It wasn't just money that was lost, it was trust, respect, and love. And when a person loses those, no amount of gold can buy them back. That's when Maria realized the trap of greed never frees anyone. It only tightens its grip. When the truth came out, Andre's fear turned into desperation. He begged the rich man for mercy, willing to offer anything to escape punishment. Even Maria. For a moment, she couldn't believe what she was hearing. The man who once vowed to protect her was now trading her dignity to save himself. Her heart froze as his words echoed through the room. It wasn't just betrayal, it was the death of love itself. When the truth came out, Andre's fear turned into desperation. He begged the rich man for mercy, willing to offer anything to escape punishment. Even Maria. For a moment, she couldn't believe what she was hearing. The man who once vowed to protect her was now trading her dignity to save himself. Her heart froze as his words echoed through the room. It wasn't just betrayal, it was the death of love itself. That moment, Maria saw clearly. Greed had taken not only their peace, but Andre's very soul. The pain in her eyes was deeper than shame. It was realization. She wasn't angry because of what he did. She was broken because of who he had become. That's when she understood. When a person sells their honor for comfort, they lose far more than money. They lose themselves. Maria stood there, trembling, but unbroken. The humiliation she felt was heavy, yet something stronger began to rise within her. Self-respect. She realized that even in the darkest moment, no one could truly take away her worth unless she allowed it. Her tears dried as she met Howard's gaze, not with fear, but with quiet defiance. She wasn't an object to be traded. She was a human being with dignity, heart, and soul. For the first time, she chose silence over pleading, not out of weakness, but power. That silence spoke louder than any words. It told the world that respect cannot be bought and pride cannot be stolen. In that fragile moment, Maria discovered her true strength. The kind that comes when you have nothing left but your will to stand tall. Because dignity, once awakened, can never be sold again. Howard had seen countless people beg, lie, and cheat for money, but Maria was different. There was something in her eyes, a quiet strength that refused to surrender. He realized she wasn't fighting for wealth or status, she was fighting for her self-respect. That touched something buried deep within him, something human. So instead of taking advantage of her pain, he chose to free her from it. He paid off the debt, not to own her, but to give her back the life she deserved. For the first time, Maria saw kindness where she expected cruelty. It wasn't pity, it was respect. In that act, Howard unknowingly became her savior, reminding her that compassion still lives in the hearts we least expect. Sometimes, the ones who enter your life to test you end up being the ones who help you rise again. As days turned into weeks, Maria began to see a side of Howard she never imagined. Beneath the wealth and power was a man who had also known loneliness, a man who longed for something real in a world of pretense. Their conversations grew deeper, their silences more meaningful. For the first time, Maria felt seen, not as a maid, not as a mistake, but as a woman with dreams and courage. Howard admired her resilience, her honesty, her unshakable sense of right and wrong. Slowly, what began as an act of mercy blossomed into something pure. Love built on respect, not desire. It was a love that didn't care about class or status, but about connection and truth. Maria realized that love doesn't demand anything in return. It simply gives, and in giving, it heals everything it once lost. Years later, Maria often thought about how everything had changed, how pain had shaped her into someone stronger, wiser, and free. She no longer lived in fear of losing anything because she had already lost what didn't matter. She learned that love isn't proven through wealth or promises, but through the quiet acts of care that ask for nothing in return. The mansion that once felt like a prison now echoed with laughter, trust, and peace. Howard never treated her as someone he saved. He treated her as someone he admired. And together, they built a life founded not on money, but on mutual respect and love. Maria understood now that real love can't be bought, borrowed, or bargained. It can only be earned through truth, loyalty, and the courage to choose what's right, even when everything else falls apart.